Hey Capricorn, and thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. Alright guys, so I have your July spread in front of me. We're going to do a past, present, future, see what's going on with you. And I will be pulling some more cards for clarifiers because I already do have the spread out. Alright, so let's jump right into this. Okay guys, so your energy for this month is the Seven of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this is going to be a month where you see everything. You see clarity in the situation. This is usually about picking from many options that you have, or just, being able to kind of just tune into what's happening. See everything on the table. All right? So let's go into this and see what's going on. All right, guys. So the first card you have for your past is the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so with this Ten of Pentacles, good money could have been coming in. You could have just felt really, really abundant, but it's really good things, okay? This is you reaping the benefits from your hard work, all right? And then we do have the Nine of Wands as the next card. So, you could just be working hard and just be really tired, really exhausted. There's a lot of endurance that comes with this card, but I feel like, you guys are just working on whatever it is that you have to do. And with the Six of Pentacles, you're being as balanced as possible, okay? There's an even give and take in whatever situation was going on in the past. Now, let's see. What is this Ten of Pentacles about? Give me one more card. What is this Ten of Pentacles about? I don't know if you guys can hear the rain, but it's like thundering. It was so light like a minute ago. Okay, so to clarify the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups here, okay? So it could have been a love offer you got, and it was something that made you really, really excited, okay? And if it wasn't that, new offer, new opportunity, but something that really emotionally fulfilled you was offered to you, which made you feel abundant. And then we do have the Queen of Swords in the reverse here, okay? So that could have been, possibly an air sign that you guys were dealing with, or this could have been you guys taking that energy. But I just don't see why it would be you guys taking this energy, so it's probably someone else. With the Queen of Swords in the reverse, this is someone who's upset, they're bitter, they're scorned. They can make things worse on themselves just by how they think about a situation or how they approach the situation. So, if this was you guys taking this energy, hopefully it didn't, sabotage anything that you wanted to happen for you. Now, let's see what this Nine of Wands is about. Okay, we had one card here we had a few cards here that flipped. And that one. Okay. Let's see what's going on with all of these. Okay. So, like I said, with the Nine of Wands, this is just feeling really tired. This is a card you're going to pull right before the completion of something. So it's like, hang tight, you're almost there. Now, the Four of Swords in the reverse. So you guys may have been in a place where you were kind of in stagnation, but now you are getting up and you're moving forward. You could have just been reflecting on life, or reflecting on what choice it was that you wanted to make in the future, but you're definitely moving forward. With the Seven of Cups upright, you could have had a lot of choices in how you could have gone with the situation, or you could have just had a fog over your face. You maybe weren't seeing the reality of a situation, okay? Maybe there was illusions in your mind that you were seeing. We do have the Page of Wands. So, yeah, it's definitely, I see you guys talking about starting something new, something that you're passionate about. Messages of passion, messages of love. And again, the Six of Pentacles came out, so you guys were being balanced about this. We do have the Knight of Cups in the reverse here. So possibly you or somebody else could have been coming off slightly unreliable, because with this, it's just like, it's a person who wants to give up, but they don't. So maybe you were dealing with someone, possibly a water sign, that you felt was slightly promiscuous, or, just not able to keep promises when it comes to love, okay? So let's see what the Six of Pentacles is about. What is the Six of Pentacles about? Alright, one card flipped. Okay. So yeah, you guys could have been dealing with possibly a water sign, and we do have the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck now, okay? So this could be a third-party situation. So with this Knight of Cups, they can sometimes be a little promiscuous, in a sense, be talking to more than one person, having relations with more than one person. But, with you trying to be balanced here with the Six of Pentacles, I think the way that you found your balance was dropping the ball on whoever this person was and turning your back on them and walking away. I feel like this is you cutting somebody out because maybe you just weren't arguing. I mean, maybe you weren't talking like in a good way. You weren't seeing eye to eye. The communication might have just sucked, okay? So in your present moment, the first card we have here is the Three of Swords. So yeah, it's possible that you could have been dealing with somebody that wasn't, completely honest about things. Maybe they had somebody else in the picture, and it may have caused either a huge argument or a breakup. Okay? And justice is being served by having this fallout. So let's see what this is about, guys. Why is this Three of Swords here? Why is this Three of Swords here? My best friend is a Capricorn, and I haven't spoken to her in a few days, so I'm about to call her and be like, what is going on? Okay. Let's see what's going on. Give me one more card. Did one flip? I thought it flipped. It did not. Alright, give me one more card. There we go. Yeah, you have the moon in the reverse at the bottom of the deck now. So you guys, you dealt with the reality of what this was. You saw the reality of the situation. You may be feeling a little bit heartbroken right now, but part of you still isn't ready to completely let this go. It's still, it's still happening. It's still lingering on in your mind and maybe in the physical sense as well. But I do feel like you guys are trying to take a slow approach away from this, okay? Why is this Lovers in the reverse here? Give me one more card. Okay. So, it's funny because I was looking at the energy that you guys have, and underneath that was the Six of Wands upright and the Death card. So, I'm looking here at this heartbreak, and I'm like, what's going on? What is it that they're going to feel proud about? Because this, this looks like it could be a little crappy right now in the present moment. But, you do have a falling out, but it's like this falling out is something that's good for you in a sense because you're coming out of your head about things, okay? And then there's another offer that you guys are accepting. So I feel like you dropped the dead weight and got some good weight on you real quick, okay? And now with this Justice card, that's karma. If somebody was playing around in the past and you ended up dropping them, karma's a bitch because now it looks like you may be moving on. Why is this Justice card here? Ten of Pentacles. Like, you're chilling right now. One more card. What is happening here? And this also could go both ways. It could be someone doing it to you guys. Or you guys doing it to someone else, I mean. Okay. Yeah, you guys are feeling fine. I mean, you might have a fire sign right now that may be upset about the fact that you're accepting another offer. But, justice is coming up. And then you got the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So, I mean, this offer doesn't necessarily have to be with someone else. But there's an offer that is being accepted by you. Or you're giving it to someone else and they're accepting it. And you're just going to feel like, money's coming in. And then with the Nine of Pentacles, this is feeling very abundant as well. But this is, sometimes a singles card as well. So you could be happily single and have accepted, just an offer that keeps this past shit, like, out of your mind, okay? Now, in the future, you guys have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, this is your energy, guys. So there could be a situation that you're in, whether it be with work or whether it be in a relationship, but it's like you're bored with it, but you're still there just because you're used to it. Out of routine, you're still around. But the King of Pentacles in the reverse, he's bored. He wants something new. Just look at how he's chilling on the chair. He's like, Like, he has no cares in the world. But in the reverse, this is magnified. He just really doesn't give a shit. It is followed by the King of Cups. So there's somebody who's in a situation because they can be, just because they're used to it. And then there's someone who's actually really, really loving. And then we do have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So we have a lot of characters here, guys. So you have you have about every element here. Do you guys hear that? That's so loud. But, okay. Let's see what's going on. Let me try to figure this out for y'all. Why is this King of Pentacles in the reverse? Okay. Okay. So we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse at the bottom of the deck now. So you guys, or maybe someone you're dealing with, is just going under a lot of scrutiny right now. There could be, just a lot of people in your face asking you a lot of questions, but just that very frustrating energy. It's like when you're getting asked all these questions and you don't feel the need to answer to anyone. So it's like, back off a little bit. And under that is the Ten of Swords. So I feel like there's definitely something that you guys are releasing. There might be some frustrating energies in the future that are still left there. But I do see you moving away from something. But back to this King of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is somebody who wins just for the sake of winning. There's not always passion behind it. They just kind of do it to show that they can. So to clarify that, we have the Tower in the reverse, which means that someone else in your life is going to switch up on you. Something's going to happen with them, but this is something that is going to affect you. And when this change happens, you're going to come to a clear decision about something. Let me clarify this a little further. All right. Yeah, again, we have the King of Swords in the reverse. So, yeah, so you have the King of Swords in the reverse, the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So there's just someone, possibly an air sign, that's just really upset about something. The King of Swords in the reverse, he's a bit crazy. Like, he just says wild shit. He has no regard for your feelings. He's, like, emotionally detached with the situation. And it's like you're trying to find strength in this. But again, this Knight of Swords pops up. Okay, so there's a very reckless energy in your future. And then the Three of Cups. But I don't think this has anything to do with the celebration. I feel like there's some third-party involvement still going on, and I feel like it's just starting to get a little bit messy in the future, because I see, like, y'all definitely might have options, but I feel like there's just one balanced person here, and everybody else is kind of upset. So why is this King of Cups here, and these two cards wanted to fall? So, this could be a water sign that you're dealing with. And if this is a water sign that you're dealing with, or just anyone else that you're dealing with, it's like you're dropping the struggle. You don't want to fight, you don't want to argue, but there may be something that you want to get off the ground. It's just not happening or coming into fruition at the time. There could be some blockages on it. And again, we do have this Knight of Swords in the reverse. But guys, if this isn't your energy, if you're not coming into this very loving energy, then again, that could be just a water sign. So let's see what's happening here. Why is this Knight of Swords here in the reverse? Give me one more card. Okay. Justice in the reverse. So there's definitely foul play, going on. And to be honest with you, I can't tell if it's you guys or the other person. It's usually pretty clear, but you guys have a lot of characters in this reading. Like, everything turns, everything in the beginning is kind of like you guys coming to a clarity about something. But in the future, with this Knight of Swords, there's going to be possibly an air sign in your life that is upset about, the changes that's happening with you. And it could be somebody from your past, but I feel like you guys are good. You have the Six of Wands here, and then again, the Six of Wands shows up here. So I feel like you guys are fine. I feel like, honestly, what I feel is that more than one person wants you at this time. You're going to accept an offer from somebody, which is going to involve you cutting out anybody else that you may have been entertaining, and people are just going to be upset because you're off the market. Oh, wow. My bad, right? Okay, so yeah, that's definitely what I see for you guys. But I am going to pull you guys an Earth Magic Oracle card just to give you some guidance on this month, things that you need to focus on. So let's see what is happening for my wonderful Capricorns. Okay. And guys, I use these every month, Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. I love them. They're beautiful. The artistry is beautiful. There we go, that last card. All right. So, what is some advice for my lovely Capricorns for the month of July? You guys got 2 cards. I'll let it rock. New Moon, Promise, and Wolf, Instinct. So bear with me 1 second because I am going to read you guys both. Let's start with Instinct, the wolf. Let's see what is in the cards with him. Okay. Some of the strongest characteristics of our brother and sister wolves are loyalty, companionship, playfulness, and affection. They are exceptional parents and take great care of their young. We see similarities to wolves and domesticated dogs, particularly in certain breeds, yet these tamed and distant relatives have long ago transferred their loyalty and pack behaviors to humans. Yet wolves are still carnivores, wild animals, surviving by seeking out whatever food is available that meets their dietary needs. This is instinctually driven and is the most basic and natural drive that all living things possess. Over the centuries, the encroachment of civilization into the wolves' natural territories and the periodic scarcity of game have prompted these beings to hunt whatever they could, which at times include a rancher or farmer's cattle or sheep. This, in turn, has triggered a desire for revenge by these people so that they hunt and kill wolves, which has decimated their ranks. It's the so-called civilized world clashing with the world of the wild and instinctual. You have lost touch with your instinctual sensitivities. It is the result of cultural and or religious proscriptions dictating that anything wild and instinctual is threatening and therefore has to be controlled or eliminated. Now is the time to overcome this limited mindset and tune into the instinctual cues. Let the spirit of wolf be your teacher and call upon the benevolent being for help identifying what those specific cues are saying. Shed some of your inhibitions with the only guideline being to do no harm. Experiment by getting out the straitjacket of familiar societal norms and listening to those sensations in your gut that are trying to give you a message. It may be a warning of an urging to take action of some sort. Take some deep breaths and simply notice that what your bodily sensations are telling you. Your mind will be the receiver of that information, and your body and mind can learn to work more closely with each other once again. All right, so, I mean, it seems like you guys might have different ways that you can go, and it seems like things might get a little fuzzy in the future just because of all the different ways you can go. So definitely, I think this is very appropriate. Listen to what your gut is telling you. Quiet everything out and say, okay, seriously, what is the best route? What is the best choice for me? All right, let's see what's going on with this new moon. Okay. New moon, promise. Gazing at the sliver of a new moon smiling down upon them, the couple embraces each other, welcoming the promise of their love. The fading sun drapes the clouds and waters with its tinge and luminescence, and the crescent opens its arms to the nearby planet Venus, named after the Roman goddess of love. This is a time of manifestation, beginnings and renewal, with the promise that our desires will come to fruition. Here, Grandmother Moon initiates another lunar cycle, moving from darkness to fullness and back again over approximately 1 month. Her promise of what is to come is embedded in the first glimmer of her light as she emerges from behind the curtain of darkness that had recently encompassed her. It is a promise that has been kept for as long as she has existed. This is a time to launch a project, a new relationship, or renew something that has been put aside for a later date. With your intention and willingness to allow a full cycle to complete itself, that which you desire will manifest. The seed of that idea is ready to emerge from the darkness of your subconscious into full awareness. The next step is to put into action what is required to fully realize this idea. A promise has 2 meanings. It could be a commitment and guarantee to yourself or someone else that a particular thing will happen, or it can imply that something specific is expected to happen. When your will is aligned with the will of spirit and your intention is focused upon what you wish to have happen, there will be fulfillment, and the promise is kept. All right, guys, so definitely use your instincts on this one because you guys definitely have something new coming into your life. If other people are upset and they don't like the fact that you went with someone, say, play Beyonce for them and tell them you should have put a ring on it. Love you guys. If you guys need your own personal reading, you know where to find me. Everything will be in the description. Take care.